Hey everyone, welcome back to What's in the Box. My name is Thomas, and we're going to do another unboxing for you today. Now, before we get to that, I want to do a little lead up to it because a few months ago, well, technically during Black Friday, I picked up a few games. One of those games happened to be Friday the 13th, the game. I didn't even know that they had a game based on those movies, but it instantly intrigued me. Picked it up, started playing it, and just found it amazingly fun. You could be any amount of Jasons, well, most of the Jasons, and play survivors and try to survive the night, or play Jason and try to kill all the counselors. Really cool idea, and I enjoyed it a lot. I was never a huge Friday fan per se. I knew of the movies. I had probably watched the first film and bits and pieces of the others. But the game sort of inspired me to look into the movies more and see what they were about, more than what I knew from what I'd seen. So eventually I picked up Friday the 13th 8-movie collection. That's not all the movies. It is the first 8 films, but it's a really good collection. I think the game runs for about 20, and the movies run for about 25. 8 movies for 25 bucks. This isn't an advertisement. I'm just telling you the process of what I've gone through to get to what we're about to see. Anyway, I started watching the movies and was sort of shocked that I loved them. Well, let me say I loved the first 4 unequivocally, and the 5th one was 6th one was pretty good. Loved, can't say it enough, loved part 7. And the other remaining movies were sort of pretty bad. But anyway, I just become obsessed with part 7. Probably one of Kane Hodder's best roles as Jason, his first role as Jason. And so I started watching that stuff, watching more about that movie, learning about it, learning about Kane, and really enjoyed everything about it. So I ended up looking around for some Jason type props. Now, I had previously bought a part 3 hockey mask years before this. I wanted something to paint up, and I did. I painted that up, and it looked great, and I have it on display with a Freddy glove. But in the meantime, I hadn't really thought too much about those movies other than Freddy versus Jason, which, sorry, I love it. I just enjoy the modern take and the different things about those characters in that particular movie. So anyway, I went on to Facebook, Instagram, eBay, a few other places looking for props from part 7, and came across this guy on Instagram and Facebook called Scareware Productions, who does a lot of busts and masks and different pieces, a lot of Jason, most of the Jasons, a few other things, Sloth, I can't remember all of them exactly, but check him out. I become interested in those masks, asked about the prices and the props, and asked about those. And is actually pretty reasonable for the paint jobs that I was seeing. Was pretty reasonable price for a bust of part 7 Jason. Was like 400 bucks completely painted. Personally, that's unheard of. I mean, you're probably paying, normally you'd be paying 200-300 bucks for an unpainted bust, and then probably another 200 or 300, maybe even more for a good paint job. So that was a pretty good price, but I happened to find myself on eBay kind of figuring out if I had any better options or not. And amazingly, there was a eBay seller by the name of Nick on there that actually had one of these fully painted busts. I thought, well, you know, that's pretty cool. It's $100 cheaper already. So I just was like, hey, you know, how about $285 or something like that, and he went for it. Shipped it out, and I got it in just over the weekend. I guess there's no mystery what's in the box, but we'll get to that in a second. So we'll put these away. I just kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about that. I really do enjoy this game, and it is an extremely fun game, so try checking it out. Now, here's the funny part. Me being an artist, of course, I've done a handful of things here. These are generally my sculpting armatures, not with the tennis balls on top. But these are purchased several different places. The wooden plaques that I've painted here are at Hobby Lobby, stores like that, Michael's. I bought flanges and PVC pipe that would screw into those flanges. And for our purposes right now, I chose two different sizes just to see what would fit what. And a last minute idea I had was to soften where a helmet or a mask or any of that would sit. Buy really cheap tennis balls, split them, put them on top. You can see that here. And you just shove them down like that. So yeah, it'll work. This will be our stands, at least temporarily. I will come up with something slightly better in the near future. So let's get to unboxing this. I'm super excited about it and really can't wait to show you what's in this box. Sizable, sure enough. What's this say? Fragile. For the youngins out there, that's a Christmas Story joke. Yeah, look it up. Anyway, we'll peel into this. I want to be very careful not to cut into anything related to the item inside. And it's probably not the last time we'll need the razor blade there. Okay, got a few packaging peanuts. This is probably going to be a little messy. Let's see what we have here. Okay. There's some bubble wrap. Yeah, this is going to be real messy. No avoiding it. Ah. Yeesh. Okay. Box is out of the way. And I have a lot of packaging peanuts here. And they're just going to go down the side like this. Who cares? Peanuts. Yay! Is that all of them? Let's hope so. Okay, so it looks like I'm looking at the back, bottom side here. Get our blade out again. I really hope this is as good as it seemed online. I'm just picking this up a little bit. Try not to destroy anything here. Well, let's cut some more. I do not want to scrape or mess up the paint job. Alright. Okay. We'll set that aside. First impressions just from feel alone, the casting is pretty nice, fairly thick. Alright, it looks like we won't need this little fella, and we will in fact need this bigger guy. Let's set that down there. Let's see. Alright. Here we go. You guys will get to see it really before I do. Here is part 7, Jason. Wow. Seeing this in the camera and looking just at the back of his head, I'm extremely impressed by that. I mean, wow. Okay, so let's get a quick look at him because I can't stand it any longer. Jeez. That is a really good paint job. A really good paint job. And the photos from eBay, one was out without a flash and another was, a handful were with a flash. And it really kind of worried me about the paint job. But I know as an artist, a flash will often wash out a decent paint job. And let me tell you, that is a decent paint job. It's more than decent. Yeah, really excited about this. Now I have some plans for it, and I'll talk about those in the future. Right now, I have been working on in the movie. Of course, he doesn't have his hockey. I have one of those coming up, maybe. And he doesn't have his green shirt. Now, there was a chain around his neck, and I don't see that now. It might be in the box. I'll have to see. If not, I may have an option for that as well. So for my part of this, I will be weathering a green shirt really heavily, possibly doing a chain, which would have a lot of rust and weathering on it, and possibly a hockey mask, straps, and all that. So this is extremely cool looking. Paint job is actually fantastic. I'm kind of in awe of it. I mean, this is only the second bust I've ever purchased. So yeah, for $285, that's a really good deal, fully painted. Anyway, here we have it, part 7, Jason Vorhees. I hope you enjoyed the little unboxing. I don't know that I'll really get in a review of this guy. You sort of got one real quick from me. But yeah, super impressed. The sculpt is pretty dang accurate. The skin tone and texture fairly accurate as well. Yeah, the paint job just really puts it over the top. But next time we'll do a little more Jason stuff, possibly next few videos. But thanks for sticking around, watching me unbox this guy. If you get a chance, check out Scareware on Facebook and Instagram. And thanks for being here.